Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and the Avin Avant 4 is installed in the E46. Now, I have already taken the liberty of starting her up, and I did so to make sure that I didn't completely ruin everything when plugging it in. So, what we're going to do now is go over some of the features. First things first, let's change the... Let's get rid of the beep. There's got to be a way to get rid of the beep. There's always a way to get rid of the beep, because that is quite irritating. About machine, system updates. Let's see here. User accounts. How the flying fart do you do that? Gotta get rid of that stupid beep. Sound. Ketone. Off. Oh, we are in like sin. Why don't you focus? Piece of garbage. Alright. It is also a little bit bright for the camera. So we'll... Oh, wait, that's not it. Night display. What the... So needless to say, there's plenty of settings to go through to figure everything out. I'm trying to get the best brightness for what we have. It's coming up a lot brighter on the view screen of the camera than it is in real life. It's actually kind of good looking. My initial concern with this user interface versus the one from the A3 was that one looked a lot more appropriate for the kind of car. Because why are you buying this thing? Well, you're buying it because... Focus! Whoa, hot crap. I don't know why the autofocus won't work. You're buying this thing because you want to kind of keep a stock look in your car. And how are you going to do that when the overall dashboard setup is what to make it... Let me see if this makes a difference. It's driving me absolutely crazy. Powering off. This is also a good test. Wow. Alright, so this is how it looks. But you're buying the... Shut up. Turn off the... You're buying this thing because you want it to fit in the dashboard properly. If, let me throw this last piece of bezel on there. So if you go to, and I'm not installing it fully, if you go to put in a regular double DIN unit, even if it's got Android Auto and all the fancy features, all you're going to have is this screen, and all that's going to be blank on the sides. It's not going to look very good. So what you're going for is something that has this edge right here that meets the trim, buttons that look like they could be stock. Honestly, and I need to fix the clips on here, and I have replacements. This looks pretty close to stock. It's really impressive. So, let me shut the door so it shuts her up. And the lights, as BMW is known for having more of an orange dashboard, the lights on the actual thingamathing are in fact orange. And you can change the color, and that's fine, but they are orange to match what the factory would look like, which is pretty great. Now, looking at it through the view screen, they look orange. They're slightly too red, so I can go edit that. But the important part is, this thing looks pretty good. Let's see if I can add more light. What to balance it out. It looks pretty good. So you have all your settings, and again, this is Android 8.1, so you have all the regular settings that you would have in an Android phone, but they're tailored to what this software needs to work properly. I'm just going to keep fiddling with the focus, you piece of crap. Autofocus, for God's sake. How do I set the autofocus? So you have all these settings, and continuously focusing is not one of them. There we go. about as good as it's going to get. So you have all your regular settings, and you can go through and you can set up your, I ain't going to put that in the video, and you can set up your Wi-Fi, which is good because then when the Wi-Fi is in the car, it's sniffing the Wi-Fi in your house and it sets your updates properly. The issue that I must say I do have, so far, the only problem I have with this thing is the cord on the Wi-Fi antenna is only about 2 foot long or so. Might be a little bit longer. That is a little irritating because what I wanted to do was run it up the A-pillar into the headliner and have it hidden behind the glass. Right now I have it on the very bottom left corner of the windshield. It's kind of tucked away where you don't see it under the inspection sticker, but it's really too short. GPS antenna is up there in the headliner, and so is the microphone, where you can make hands-free calls. So, all that said, it looks really, really good. Really well built, really well put together. User interface is nice and smooth. Again, back to the aesthetics. I can't say it's my cup of tea, so let's change a few things. Maybe we can change the wallpaper. Yep. I don't want to do live wallpaper. That's not very nice. So there's nothing in the gallery. Wallpapers. Let's go with something that doesn't look silly. Something a little bit more... What the hell? Oh. Well, another live wallpaper. Not what I'm looking for, but runs pretty good. Doesn't look too bad. I was hoping to get just a regular standard... Oh, boy, that should be on a t-shirt. Black hole. That's probably going to be a live one. Yep. Oh, that's pretty cool. So, I got to say, runs pretty good. Yeah, no processor issues for sure at this point. Live wallpapers. We don't want. I don't want any of that. See, what's nice here is a back button on the actual hardware. I don't like having to use the touch buttons for the most part. I want to have the back button. So when you have the back button, you're able to. It's a lot more conducive to driving down the street and just with your right hand flicking this little bean and being able to go back from a menu without having to... What is that? Without having to pick an image. It's a lot nicer to go back with just pressing this button or the home button. You don't have to hit home up in the corner. You don't have to hit the back button up in the corner. Those are the kind of things that need more dexterity than you can really offer. First off, when a display is on this angle, and also when you're driving. You don't want those kind of distractions when you're driving. You just want to be able to press a button and it does what it's supposed to do. So, home button goes home, back button goes back. Very, very nice feature to have. So, I really want to change this wallpaper, but having an issue with that, so let's just download a wallpaper. Has Chrome. I'm already signed in. Uh-oh, I'm not going to show that. Already signed in. So, has full Google Chrome. It's already smelling the Wi-Fi. So, BMW logo. There we go. That easy. I mean, she's running quick, too. Well, that's a little small. So, how about we just say we want a... black gradient there we go. That'll work. Let's see how much our resolution here. Download image, open. Hey, there we go. 2700 by 1920. Ow, what the? This is all guesswork. Set picture as. Set wallpaper. Home button. Oh, we're in like sin. That's awesome. And then gallery. Downloaded. Oh, that makes it so easy. All right, already the software is really, really easy. It feels like I'm just picking up an Android phone and fiddling with it. That's pretty great. That's exactly what I was looking for. Okay, never mind. I got super excited for no good reason. Now, another thing that was driving me crazy was some of the Android units. So you see, here's 1:33. It's 1:33 in the morning. I'm on night shift right now, so I have nothing much good to do. Settings. If you scroll down, system. It's in here. Date, time. So the way that some of those Chinese units come is in 24-hour clock only. That's fine if that's what you like. I don't, and although I use a 24-hour clock at work, I don't like it in my personal life. So I wanted to change it, and with some of those Chinese units, you can't do that. This one, you can. So already, you have a little bit more control over what you're doing. Now this button, music, so that's if you pry that little guy off and throw an SD card in there. That's really nice. Home button again. Yet again, foiled by inferior equipment bought at inferior places. But what I was going to do is turn on the radio. Oh. We'll turn it down. I don't want to. There we go. So, radio goes on real easy. And you can just hit power or on or off, which is nice. And yeah, you can go. Here's your presets. So these are just random stations. They're probably fuzz. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. That's way better than anything else I've heard lately. Let's see. Oh, okay. You can flick through here, or that flicks through your presets. Where's your tuning? Oh, just tuning is here, or oh, okay. That's your seek. How do you tune? There's got to be a way to do that. Go away. Got to be a way to lock. I have terrible reception in this car for I don't know why, unrelated reasons, but this thing will just there we go. There's something. But so let's look at this real fast. First off, that mutes it, which is an awesome feature. I don't know what that's doing. Now, oh, okay. So you can go through from this screen and actually have your presets, which is great. That's a cool feature. You don't have to open up to the radio app to change your preset on your station, which is a nice feature. And you also don't have to turn your car on with it already running, which is great too. I like to turn my car on with nothing playing. I'll make the decision because I'm the big boy behind the wheel. That is your stored music. That doesn't do anything, but if you want to change the location, you can change the location. How do we do that? Oh, okay, so it doesn't change the size of the widget, but it just changes the location of it. Well, okay, I'm sure they're more fiddling around, and you can leave a comment down in the festering cesspool of hate if you want me to show a video of screwing around more with the UI. Got your Bluetooth, and that brings up your phone, which is nice. I'll block that page out so you can't see it, but what's nice is it does have storage of your recent calls. Not the ones you've made on your phone, just the ones you've used this interface for. And for whatever reason, oh, we're going to cycle through and find numbers. Oh, we found them. We did find them. So, yeah, not going to show that page. But, yeah, works well. Works really well. Let's, let's just for the hell of it, 1-800-CALLATT to see what we got.
For quality assurance and verification.
Yeah, she works. Definitely works. Nice and easy. Didn't even touch my phone. What are these settings? Ah, there we go. So now we can get into some equalizers. Really nice place to have it right on the side where it's easy to tap. Custom, rock, pop, jazz, classic, flat, voice, custom, flat, and then this is the oh, very nice, very nice. That's the fader. to get it where she needs to be to balance out the sound if you want. Nice little feature. Also, did I not see the... Yep, okay. So, all your buttons have presets. You can hit your equalizer. Oh, look at that. You can just, and cycle through. Ah, it's so nice. This is really well thought out software. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the style and the aesthetic because it doesn't really match what a BMW looks like. But I gotta say, the way the buttons are laid out and the way the interface is working and the ease of it, you can turn your loud on and off. You don't need to fiddle around going through menus that don't work very well. That's probably tied to the MP3 player. Music, yep, all right, so we'll say that. Home button, Avin. But you don't need to go fiddle around through the settings and pull different menus down and drop menus and all these other things for it to work right. And you can also reprogram what that button does. Half the time I use the controls on my steering wheel, which, by the way, she works, which is nice. And the app I use for podcasts that I listen to podcasts on, that works really well too. Because usually I use my forward and back buttons on the steering wheel. Delicious. Forward and back buttons on the steering wheel to skip forward 30 seconds or back 10 for commercials. So she works really well. Now what happens if I hit the speakerphone button? Oh, when I hit the speakerphone button on the steering wheel, it bling-blings up the Bluetooth. This other RT button looks like that just cycles through all the apps, which is good. I could reset that to home though if I wanted to. In fact, let's see if I can do that. Wheel, press steering wheel buttons. Okay. I don't know what I did. Okay, fortunately nothing. Which is good because I don't want to have to unruin it. Now, so you can move all these around. The steering wheel buttons are reassignable. I'll have to go through the documentation. Again, leave your hate and disdain for my video down in the comments and ask if you want me to go change anything or look at anything. So from the home screen, you have the option now to hit GPS and pop in on the GPS. Or you can hit this little button right here, opens it up, and you can decide what the standard, the default app is. That way, when you just press the button, then she comes on. Apps, I don't know what that does. Some of these buttons, I don't know what they do yet. Bluetooth, that's Bluetooth. Band, that's just telling you FM 1, 2, or AM. This button will answer or end your calls. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a nice little feature. So it has a little banner that pops up. Very well done. Avin. What is that? Well, whatever it is, in the fan. Calculator. That's a nice little feature if you really want it. I can't imagine I'd use it too much. But there it is. Amplifier, radio, file browser, which is nice. Your gallery, we looked at a little bit. Settings, that just opens up settings. And that button is also here. Again, it's nice to have all these buttons just sitting there waiting for you to press them. Hard buttons on the sides instead of having to go through menus for this stuff. It used to drive me crazy with my Eon on or or whatever it is. You have your tire pressure monitoring sensor if you bought such a thing to install in your car. Gmail if you want to irritate the crap out of yourself as you're driving down the road. GPS info. So let's see how the GPS antenna's chooching. Getting GPS data. I'm bored, but I'm gonna take it for a drive and see how she does. You have YouTube. Now the Play Store is an awesome one, and I'll show you why. So you have the Play Store, but let's say you're like me and occasionally you like to, without telling your friends, enjoy a cup of Starbucks. Wait, Secret menu for Starbucks. Starbucks Kuwait. Starbucks China. Oh, interesting. Like I said, she did come by way of Hong Kong, directly from California. I'll have to turn off, or have to block out some of this stuff. So what's going on where we can't? System, languages. Oh, that's because it's on China Standard Time. Why would it be on that? Don't want it on China Standard Time. What the what? About. So, for purposes of discussion, trying to tell this thing that I don't live in China currently. And while I'm doing that, one thing I did notice that is a bit of a downside, and maybe it just needs to be get my greasy meat hooks on it a little bit more, is the screen is, there's like a film on it. Well, you pull off this, which is insanely satisfying, and it left a little bit of a schmoo on there, which isn't a big deal. It seems to be coming off, and my fingers gliding smoother across the surface. Maybe it just needs to be cleaned initially. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Yeah, she's good. I'd get this one, partner. So if you've got a LaGrange Rover or a BMW or a Volkswagen, whatever flavor you have, or I think they do make a double din version of this, I gotta say, I'm liking it a lot. And I'm sure you can go in there and hide that header because I don't really need it. What does that do? Oh, that's a nice little quick one for your, whatever they call that, brightness. That doesn't have anything assigned to it. What I'd love to see is be able to press that and shut the screen right off, or go to like a screensaver. Other thing that's real important, if you don't like the launcher, this user interface, you can download a different launcher from the Play Store. So you download the launcher from the Play Store, the one you want, and you set that to the default, and it just starts up. Oh shit, how did I do that? Oh my god! Alright. Okay. We just hit a whole new world. Just like Jasmine and Aladdin, it's a whole new world, buds. Alright. So, by accident, I just realized you press and flick up. You can change your wallpapers, but you can change your widgets. So, oh boy. Wow. Alright, so I have even more control over this than I thought. Oh, let's see how this works. How do I get rid of this? Down to the X. I won't use that. I'll do anything for love, but I won't use that. DVR. Won't be... Where the flying... Well, about ready to split this camera right in two because she just keeps turning off for no good reason. But you can change this. All right, let's see what we can do. We'll move that there. Yep, widgets. I guess you just press and hold. Widgets. Let's put a clerk. Yeah, do whatever the hell you want. That's great. It's wonderful. Widgets. And you can download tons of widgets. What's really nice about Android is you just have so much control over, yeah, a little bit of cleaning up you can do on your home screen, and then you can still have that. I'm sure there's ways to hit settings. Let's go through the settings more. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, apps. This is just standard Android, and it runs really well. Wallpaper, night display, touch assistive. Nah, I don't want to do that. User and accounts, car, Google, system. Element. Was ist das? Ah, here we go. This is how you can... Oh, ho, ho, ho. This is how you can change the color of the panel. That's nice. Steering wheel keys. Still don't know how to use that. Amplifier, navigation. You can change. Oh, that's a nice feature. You can go in here and focus. You can go in here and it looks like you can change the volume of the navigation to whatever media you're playing. Really nice little feature. Driving, what is that? Extra settings. Sleep delay when accessories are off. Reversing mirror off, okay. Driving settings. Allow video while watching the drivings. Block notifications in the status bar while driving. Yeah. Factory settings. There's probably some code, I just don't know it. You can look it up. I'm sure you can look it up, or even just email and they'll probably tell you. I'm thoroughly impressed. Way, way more impressed than I was with... zoom out, you jerk. She's going right back to Wally World. Can't stand this thing. I'm really impressed with this thing. I gotta say. It costs more money than some of the other manufacturers. But not that much more. And so far, and I'm going to take a drive with her to Walmart to return the stupid camera. I gotta say, I am on board with this thing 100%. Oh, see, she thinks it's 1:51 in the afternoon, which makes me wonder what the hell time it really is, because it's in the morning. Probably 1:51 in the morning. So I gotta say, I am all about this thing. I 100% recommend it. Build quality's right up there. She looks the part. She does the job. I could post another video in about a week or so worth of driving, worth of use. I do about 90 miles a day, and what would be nice is for this thing to give me live updates of what the traffic is like 45 miles to and 45 miles from work, to know what time I'm going to be home or get to work. And it looks really good. It's running really good. I'm thoroughly excited. Now, why would you get one of these things? Well, like I was beginning to say, in the beginning, you want it to look, you want the radio to look stock, and you want all the new features of a new car. And this is giving you that. It's giving you hands-free, it's giving you GPS, Bluetooth, even Wi-Fi, which a lot of new cars don't have. So you can update this. This has a lot more ability to expand and change into what you want it to be. And it's making your car that would, something like me, I adore my E46. I have the financial ability to go out and buy a nice pre-owned 3 Series and write a check for her and bring her home. I don't necessarily want to, because I don't really have the desire for the new 3 Series like I do the old one. I feel like this has always been my favorite 3 Series that BMW made. Even after she's retired as a daily driver, I'm going to keep it around because it's just so much fun. In the meantime, I've upgraded the car to a modern standard. I have live GPS, and I can stream Sirius through here if I want. And it looks stock. It looks almost bone stock. I'm blown away. So go out there and get yourself one of these. Check out Avin's website. And yeah, thoroughly impressed. Leave some comments in the festering cesspool below and let me know what you want to see and what you have questions on, and I'll update you as I fiddle fart around with the user interface and change a few things and make it a little bit more for me. But gotta say, day one, go out and get her. Thanks for watching. Well, folks, one thing I can't figure out is how the hell to make the Android Auto adapter work. So we got a light on, we got her plugged in, we got her USB'd. I don't quite know how to make it work. So that'll have to be... Focus, you piece of garbage. So I'll have to be a separate video because I'm going to have to reach out with, what do they call it? Customer service. See what they have to say. Because I don't know if there's a special app. I don't know if it needs to go through all 5,000 of its updates or what. But right now I can't get it to work. So we'll keep you posted.